Hey everybody, it's Andy. A while back, I made a video showcasing the backpacks that I would take to a trading card game tournament at the request of one of my buddies. Recently, a lot of those bags have either been updated or my opinions have changed, so I thought I would do an updated version for 2025. In this video, I'm going to be going over 8 bags and how I can fit all of these items in them. If you like content like this and want to see more, please smash the like button on YouTube, leave a comment below with what you use, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. First, let's talk about what items you might need with you at a trading card game tournament. I'm going to go over these ones right here. First, you might have a deck of cards. This is one of my favorite deck boxes, the Ultimate Guard Flip and Tray 133 Plus, and this has, in addition to spot for a deck, spot for some dice up top. I did a review of these on my TCG channel. You might also have a second deck box with you. Here's just a GameGenic one that doesn't have dice in it. If you're not taking one with dice in it, maybe you have a little pouch full of dice that you want to keep on. You also usually will have a pad of paper and some pens to keep track of game information, such as life totals. A trade binder in case you have some extras that you want to trade with other folks. Snacks are super important. Here I have some OVU bars. A water bottle to go with those snacks. Hydration is key. And a battery pack to charge your phone. This is an Anker 373. I keep it in the pouch with the cables. And finally, most of the time, you'll have a playmat or something to make sure you're not putting your cards on the nasty tables that you sometimes see at events. So I'll be using this playmat tube with one rolled up in my example. First, I'm going to be talking about these 5 backpacks. These are everyday carry-sized bags where you can take what you need, and I use these same bags if I'm going to work during the day and I'm not going to the card tournament. After that, I'm going to cover 3 backpacks that are of an upgrade size if you're trying to do this as a one-bag travel trip and you want to carry some clothing and some toiletries in addition to the stuff you need for the tournament. Most of the bags that I'm going to talk about share a few similar features. The biggest feature is that they have a large opening with easy access and a clamshell, so you're going to be able to stack up all of your stuff and fit it in really easily instead of trying to rummage through a small opening at the top. Also, many of them are going to have a hip belt or an easy way to attach those, and they'll have some amount of quick access if you need to reach in and grab stuff when you're at the table without having to worry about rummaging for too long before your game starts. Also, I tend to like bags that have a water bottle pocket externally, so you don't have to risk something leaking and getting all over your expensive cardboard. The first bag I'm going to talk about is the Patagonia MLC 30. Right away on the outside, we have a single external water bottle pocket. This is a pretty stretchy one. They made some mesh. And we have a large main opening that goes all the way down, showing you the interior of the bag. Here you can see it's easy to just stack up the items, playmat tube, the battery pack, and the dice. The bag also features right up top a nice big quick access pocket where I can carry my pen and life pad really fast. Now for the binder, I could either have it here in the main compartment underneath my stuff, or one of my favorite features about this bag is on the back is a separate office section, which contains not only the padded laptop sleeve right here, but also a little bit of organization for other pens, and this is where I'm able to stick the binder here. You can watch my video review of the Patagonia MLC 30 at the link below. A bonus feature about this bag is that not only can you fit all your stuff, but this fits a case of Flesh and Blood right here, in addition to the deck box and many other items. Here you can see the bag on with the hip belt. There's virtually no weight on my shoulders, and it's very comfortable on my back. The Mystery Ranch 2-Day Assault Pack is actually one of my favorites, and I've taken it to many events, including the 2022 US Nationals for Flesh and Blood. It has a military tactical style and this nifty Y-zip design that I'll go into a bit later. On the outside, you have large water bottle pockets. You can store a ton of stuff in here and on the other side. And the back features Mystery Ranch's Futura harness, which is really adjustable, and it can be super comfortable once you get it right. Over here at the top of the bag, there are 2 quick access pockets. There's a smaller one where I'll usually just put a wallet or something, and the larger one, I'm able to fit in my bag of dice and my notepad and pen, so I can just pull those both out at once. For the main compartment, you can open up the top so that it comes up like a lid that flaps over and grab your deck box out of the top like that without having to disturb any of the other items. Opening this up a bit further, if you undo these compression clips, you can see that you can really get access to a lot just by the nature of this design. At the bottom here, I have that other deck box. There's so much room with just these two in here. On the inside of these flaps, there are these little slits, which I find perfect for storing my playmat tube. I can slide this in and out without disturbing the rest of the items because there's like no friction due to this being in the way. And also on the inside of the flap is a little mesh pocket, and this is where I tend to put my batteries in this bag. Over here is a laptop pocket. If you have a laptop, you can access it through this external pocket. The zipper goes in from the outside, but if you have a nice big binder like this, you got to pull it up from the top. But still, that's pretty easy just by opening the lid. The Mystery Ranch 2-Day Assault is another bag that can fit a full case of flesh and blood. Though with this in here, I'm not going to try and cram my playmat tube in the slip pocket there. So what I'm able to do is use the second water bottle pocket and leverage this compression strap to keep it tight against the bag. The Mystery Ranch 2-Day Assault has a hip strap and a belt, so not quite a padded one, but overall it has the very comfortable Futura harness, and this feels pretty light on my back as well. The Alpha 19er Evade 1.5 got an upgrade last year from the bag I recommended in my previous video. The newer version has an even larger main compartment, and it does away with some of the extra weight from features that I don't really find myself using very much. Taking a look at the front here, you have this nice large U pocket, which you can either attach with Velcro or have this handy organizer. This is where I have my pen, and also in here, my notepad. Below this, at the bottom of the bag, is this interesting little pocket where I keep my snacks. I'm able to fit the OVU bars in here really easily. Looking into the main compartment, this is just a standard large clamshell. On the inner lid, I keep my battery pack. And then here I have my playmat, deck box, dice, the works. You could put, similar with the other bags, your trade binder in here behind the stuff because this is deep enough, or you can use the external access laptop compartment to fit it in the back. Also, the bag has two external water bottle pockets that are pretty big and make it easy to fit bottles in on either side. And here is how a case of flesh and blood fits in the Evade 1.5. While the Alpha 19er Evade 1.5 has the ability to attach a hip belt down here, I don't actually have it. Still, with the extra padded straps and the ergonomics, I find this one more than comfortable just carrying on my back. Before we get to the next bag, I want to take a sec to talk about this video's featured partner. If you've ever been to these long, all-day trading card tournaments, you know that without proper fuel in the form of water and snacks, players tend to slow down as they reach those critical later rounds. I want to give a special shout out to my snack of choice, OVU Bar. With 10 grams of protein, 2/3 cups of veggies, and no added sugar in every bar, they're a perfect way to fuel up between rounds, and they taste a whole lot better than many health-focused snack bars. OVU Bars were designed by women, with a mission of supporting women in the nowadays ever more difficult journey of getting pregnant, and they include maca root and myo-inositol that may support reproductive health. But these bars are still great for everyone, and I recommend you check them out. For watching my videos, you can get a discount at ovubar.com if you use the code ANDY at checkout. Thanks for watching, and let's get on to the next bag. The Evergoods CTB26 is a bag that I actually took with me to the office at work today. This bag has a few nice features, mainly that each of the compartments inside tend to have their own volume not interfering with the others. The back of the bag has this unique harness system that attempts to hug over the shoulder, and it's pretty comfortable that way. Looking in the bag over here at the front, I have this large pocket where I'm able to keep my snacks, the OVU bars. Over here, there's also a large slip pocket, and this is where I keep my dice, my notepad, and there's even a little section for the pen, in addition to some other organization. The water bottle pockets are on both sides of this, so they're nice and stretchy, and there's one on the left and the right, though there's only one side handle, so I tend to put the water bottle on that same side in case I set the bag down like this. Why would I set the bag down like that? Well, the laptop compartment fits the trade binder over here on that side. Looking in to the main compartment now, it's a similar full clamshell where I have in this inner front pocket my battery pack, and then just stacked up the dice, or the deck box, the playmat, and anything else that I want to carry with me for the day. While the Evergoods CTB26 doesn't have the ability to add any sort of external hip belt, it does have a very unique way of hugging the shoulder that makes it pretty comfortable without. In my previous video, I mentioned that I took a GWA Citadel to the Pro Tour New Jersey, and it wasn't the most comfortable bag. Since then, I got myself an upgrade from the Gen 3 to the Gen 3 Mark II, which features a redesigned harness and shoulder straps that I find much more comfortable. Recently, I've actually been using the GWA Citadel Gen 3 Mark II as my daily bag that I take to the card shop, and I usually keep it loaded with a bunch of stuff that I'll take. The one I bring with me is a nice tiger stripe camo, and that's full of a bunch of crap that I didn't want to take out to film the video. So here's a nice clean one showing you those items I mentioned earlier. Over here in the front top, there's the easy quick access pocket where I keep my notepad, my pen, and my dice. There is some organization in here where it's nice to put the pen or whatever else. Here is a stretchy pocket where you can fit a lot, and in here I have the OVU bars. The inside is another full clamshell, and similar to the Evade, on the inner top of the lid is where I keep my battery pack. The deck box and playmats all fit in just the main compartment, and the sides both have large elastic water bottle pockets where I can fit my bottle easily. The back has a laptop pocket where, similar to other videos, I can fit the trade binder without any problem. The GWA Citadel is another one of those bags that doesn't have the option for a hip belt. However, I've found that at this size, with the Gen 3 Mark II straps, it's been more than comfortable enough for me to last the whole day without a problem. So those are the 5 EDC bags that I'm going to recommend. If you are looking for a more one-bag travel option, and maybe you carry a bit more stuff, I have a few more bags to talk about. But before I get into those bags, what am I taking in addition to the day items that I'm going to have in my overnight bag? First, I have my toiletry kit. This is the Travelon 311. I like it because it has 2 sides, one for wets, one for dries. And I basically keep this packed up as is all year long so that it's easy for me to just put it in my bag and get traveling. The other thing that I take with me, this is a GoodWorks boogie bag, and any pouch will do. But in here, I have all of the items that I want to take with me traveling that aren't clothing or toiletries. I have chargers, I have headphones, I have an international power adapter, an eye mask, and this is combined with the toiletry kit are basically always packed and ready for me to take on a trip. Finally, to represent clothing, I have this packing cube filled with just some laundry that I need to fold and put away later. And I'm going to use this to represent all the clothing that I would need taking on a long weekend trip to a tournament. Maybe you take more clothing, maybe you take less. You'll see that most of these bags are able to handle everything on this table and more. The Peak Design 45-liter travel bag is actually the bag that I take with me as my one-bag travel on international trips. You can see this video below on how I took it for my honeymoon, packing everything that I needed for 2 weeks in Europe with my wife. Taking a look at the outside, you've got some nice water bottle pockets. These are pretty big, easily able to fit water bottles that size or larger. The front has this nice large open flap that can go all the way down, revealing many other pockets, though you don't have to zip it all the way down to access things. Over here in the back, I've got my OVU bars. And in the front here, such that I can get it pretty easily, in this mesh pocket, I keep my notepad, my dice, and there's some organization where you can see my pen. Looking into the main compartment, that's accessed through this zipper on the back of the bag. And similarly, you can open it part ways, grab access to a deck box, or you can open it all the way to get access to the big bucket. Over here in the laptop pocket, I have the trade binder and another folder that I just keep for traveling. And over here, you see I have the packing cube, the boogie bag, the toiletries, the playmat, which could be outside in a water bottle pocket, and the spare deck box. Everything fits pretty well. this is a very large bag. Also, if this bag is too large, it has the ability to snap it shut and effectively scrunch it down into a smaller size, or unzip a few of these compression straps, making the larger pocket have a bit more space in front. Either way, I find this is a fantastic value, and I even recommended it to my buddy Fino when he was looking for a new backpack. The Peak Design travel bag has a nice hip belt that stows away inside if you need it. And I've actually found that for some reason, the comfort on this bag just makes it feel a lot lighter than other similar bags of the size. The Evergoods CTB35 is the bag that my wife takes as her one-bag travel bag when we go to international together, similar to how I took the Peak Design. It's actually a larger version of the previously mentioned Evergoods CTB26 at 35 liters as opposed to 26. I'd say this is actually a very large 35, leaning closer to 40. Looking here, same sort of loadout. In the front, I have my OVU bars. And in the slash pocket, I keep my dice, notepad, and pen. The water bottle pocket on one side, and just to demonstrate how well it fits, the playmat on the other. In the main compartment, I have my battery pack in the side access pocket, and these settled a bit while I was packing it, but I got the boogie bag, the toiletry kit, the packing cube, and my easy access from the top deck box and backup deck box. Also, the laptop pocket fits the binder actually a lot easier than in the 26. The opening is just so much larger, it's a lot easier to fit it in and out. Unlike the CTB26, the CTB35 has a hip belt that stows away, and it's pretty comfortable on the body. On the topic of bags that are larger versions of ones we looked at for EDC, the Mystery Ranch 3-Day Assault Pack is a tank compared to the 2-Day Assault Pack. While both bags are able to fit a ton, this bag is just larger, more beefy, and a lot more expensive, the most expensive bag that we've seen in the video. Looking around the bag, we have a similar Futura harness, super comfortable, and these nice hip belts that'll fold away behind these water bottle pockets. The water bottle pockets, of course, fit the bottle, fit the playmat. The top quick access pockets fit the OVU bars, the notepad and dice. And looking in the Y-zip, I can open the front, pull out my deck box, and the binder through the laptop compartment. The 3-Day Assault Pack, this is the 3-Day Assault Pack CL or civilian line. They also make a BVS version for military that doesn't have a laptop pocket, so be aware of that. And on either of them, unlike the 2-Day Assault Pack, there is no side opening to get into the laptop in the 3-Day Assault Pack. Anyway, as I unzip the main zipper, I basically have the inside packed up in 2 rows. At the bottom here, I have my packing cube, and beyond that, I have my toiletry and boogie bag. I like to think of it almost like a square shape that I can stack up, and to make the best use of the space, I can stick things in front of the packing cube. Finally, in the same sort of pocket I did on the 2-Day Assault Pack, I have my battery on the side there. The Mystery Ranch 3-Day Assault Pack features a much more beefy hip belt than the 2-Day Assault Pack. This one extra padded and also stowawayable inside the bag if you're not using it. If you've made it this far in the video, you're probably wondering, Andy, you've just shown me a ton of bags. How am I supposed to choose? If I had to recommend what bags I think would work best for most people in most use cases, it would probably be either the Mystery Ranch 2-Day Assault Pack or the Evergoods Evade 1.5. The Evade 1.5 is my go-to recommendation for anybody looking for a day bag that they can take to the office, that they can travel with, that they can take to card tournaments. I've been a big fan of this bag from the previous version to the new version, and I think this still represents a great value and a great choice for people looking for a nice solid backpack. If you are thinking that the Y-zip style of the Mystery Ranch bag suits your personality, or you really love the Futura harness, or you even like that top access to things, storing things differently than with the traditional clamshell, I think the 2-day assault pack represents another excellent option, and I'll often take this on trips where this is a bag that I'll take more locally. Finally, if you're looking for one of the larger bags, something that you can take as a massive one-bag travel to card tournaments or not to card tournaments, I think my base recommendation will be the Peak Design Travel Bag 45. As I mentioned, it's the bag that I took on my honeymoon, it's the bag I took on my trip to Japan, my trip to France, and I imagine many trips that I'll take in the future. I think this is a solid bag, it's a great value, and overall, while I don't think you can go wrong with any of the ones I talked about today, I would say that these are my top 3. Thank you for watching the video. If you like content like this and want to see more, please smash the like button on YouTube, post a comment below with which one of these bags you like the most, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good day.